Hello, Avalon Starlight here. And in this week's episode of the vlog, if I had to do it all again, I kind of want to give you guys an update with everything that I've shared so far in this vlog series. So in episode 1, I talked about how I no longer wanted to be on social media. Social media being Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and anything to do with that, including threads, such and such, right? The first week was so hard, you guys. When you are addicted to something as simple as your phone and picking it up and checking your Instagram and checking your Facebook and checking your numbers and all that, which I will own up to that full throttle. It was really fascinating to witness how many times I wanted to check and to think about how many times. Okay, no, the biggest thing. This is the most ridiculous but biggest thing that is the hugest difference since I stopped being on social media is when I go to take pictures now, I take them because I legitimately want them on my camera. Not because I'm thinking, if I take this picture, it's a great picture to put up on my social media, in my Instagram stories, or to tell the people, what I'm doing in my life or where I'm going. And so I've noticed a significant shift and how I actually want to see my life through my own lens versus see my life through sharing it publicly. So that would be the huge, what? So the release of the addiction, so not nearly needing to pick up my phone as many times as I have, and also being really intentional and conscientious about the photos that I'm taking. So that is one of the major themes of not being on social media. The other thing that I've noticed as week by week goes by is that my average time on my phone has been going down week to week. Last week, it was under 2.5 hours per day on my phone. Now that's significant because, if you've actually received that message from your phone, and if you don't, I highly suggest that you do so you start to see, I work on my phone. My phone is my business. I'm answering emails. I still have Facebook Messenger to speak to clients and such. And I have Metaverse so that if somebody messages me on Instagram, I can respond to only threads in which I am engaged in communication and conversation. And so I do that. I answer emails if I'm out, all these kinds of things. So I'm still on my phone. I like Pinterest, but the time has gone down significantly. The second significant change that has happened, which I talked about, I'm not sure if it was the first or the second vlog, was I really wanted to learn how to be in my business as a generator, right? Meaning that I'm not reacting, I'm not chasing, I'm not trying to go after everybody and everything. And instead, I'm being patient. I'm sitting back, I'm following my joy, and I'm letting opportunities come to me. And then I'm using my sacral authority to be like, that's a or that's a yes. Now, what I've noticed is that things are coming forward. I wasn't aware of the opportunities that I was being presented prior to taking on this challenge for myself and really wanting to build a business from the inside out that I'm excited about, that brings me joy, that makes me look forward to every single day. And so I'm noticing as I'm sitting back and I'm doing my joyful things, check out my new YouTube header. You should check that out. I did that on Sunday and it brought me so much joy. And it is just sexy. I think it's sexy. Anyway, in that, just being oh, what do I feel like today in my business and going all that, opportunities are coming. Now, here's what I notice. I've always felt this way about the universe, right? It's about our vibrational energy. So the more we become in alignment to the true version of our experience that we want, little opportunities of denser energy show up to be oh, are you sure you want to be here? Because, it's a universal test. And the test is not to be the universe is an asshole, so I'm going to test you. The test is you're raising your frequency. Here comes a couple things that you would have said yes to before, right? So they're a little bit lower than where you're rising to. Are you going to bring yourself down to meet these opportunities where they are? So I've had a couple opportunities come into my world where a previous version of me would have been ooh, it's about the money, or ooh, I could really use this client, or those kinds of things. And so I'm pausing when the opportunities are coming, and I'm really getting clear in the practice of being okay, I have to practice being in my sacral authority. It's not natural to me right now. So I take the time needed to really be is this a sacral yes or is this a sacral no? So I'm witnessing these lower frequency, denser opportunities come up as I'm rising and having the ability to say no to them. To be like, thank you for asking the question about Chakra Business Academy, but I really truly believe that this opportunity is not for you. Or somebody that I have done a super discount to for a reading coming and being like, ooh, I just need a one-off session, which I don't do anymore, right? And having that freedom to go like, ooh, listen, that's not in alignment with who I am anymore. And being able to say no to that. So I understand that as I'm shifting and rising, these opportunities that I'm releasing are creating space for higher vibrational opportunities to come in. So that's the second thing. The third thing was last week I talked about setting an internal intention, right? And mine was freedom. And this has been mind-blowing. If all the things that I've shared on my vlog, if there's something that I would say to initiate in your life right now, it would be setting an internal intention and letting this be the driving force, the magnetism in which you set your standard for. Because what I recognized after I had done last week's vlog, which you can go back and listen to, I recognized that the podcast that I was going to relaunch, which I wasn't doing. Like I've done some interviews, I've done this or that, but like it wasn't like showing up for me. I wasn't like excited about it. And it's because a podcast doesn't feel like freedom to me. It just doesn't. There's a lot of work that goes into a podcast. And instead, what kind of like dropped in was that on Fridays, I'm going to be starting a new series. And if you watch the energy forecast of the week this week, which is pretty stellar. It's one of my most watched energy forecasts. So there's something about this week worth watching about. So I invite you to go back to the energy forecast that we did on Monday and watch that. But I talked about that I'm going to be starting this new series. So what Spirit has gifted me with is the ability to help you like have immediate access to what's going on in your chakras so that like, you know, some people say like, oh, when I'm stuck or I need to move or shift something, it takes so much time. I've got to sift through where in my body or what is the activation or the trigger within me that I need to like kind of like release in order for this to move more quickly. Like my gift is just to jump in. This is why I call myself a rapid transformation specialist, is because it doesn't have to take oodles of time. Like you can have the answer instantaneously, energetically. Like if you have someone like me in your life, I just go in, I can find exactly where the root cause is. We can work through it, clear it, heal it in record time. Right? But what I also want is to give you guys the information about what's happening in your chakras. How do you know if one of your chakras is out of alignment? And what do you do to bring it into alignment if you can't reach out and work with me, or you don't know how to kind of like evaluate your own energy yet? So starting on Friday, November 24th, I'm starting a new series, which of course doesn't have a name yet. It'll get named probably on Friday or shortly thereafter, depending when it feels right. I am introducing a new series to talk about your personal energy funnel. And I call the energy funnel when Spirit drops something in and it moves through your 7 chakras to your root chakra, where like a bat signal, right? Like it hits like a mirror in your root chakra if you're nice and clear. And then that energy, that vibration will go back up out into the universe, which is the bat signal. So the root chakra is more like the mirror. And then when energy flows from Spirit back out, it's like, it's super easy when you're clear and aligned for your divine soul clients to be magnetized to you, for opportunities to be attracted to you, like for collaborations to feel easy. And so I'm super jazzed to bring what Spirit gifted me to you guys as an actual, see, like there's a difference. Like you can feel it when somebody's in their stardust, as I call it, their shine, their activation, their soul's work, because they become animated and excited. It's like, oh my God, I cannot wait to share this with you. And we tend to get a little glow on our faces energetically when we're sharing our passion. And so as you can tell, this Friday, this new series, it is going to be stellar, because this is the work that I was placed on this earth to share with you. And now I get to do it in a way that turns me on versus trying to get all the pieces of a podcast and do that does not hit my internal intention of freedom very well. So this is the, where am I now? episode 4 of the vlog, and taking into consideration the again, following your own internal intuition as well. I was never meant to be on social media. I am a generator, and now I'm working through my internal intention. I'm having the highest revenue month that I've had in my business for probably at least 6 months. This is my highest revenue in the last 6 months as I'm coming close to the end of this year. Because again, I'm sharing with you how I got to $500,000 in my business. Woo, crashed it. And now I'm building my business to 6 figures and beyond again. So to be able to have this momentum, to be able to say to you, like, this is my best revenue month in the last 6 months feels really great, because when we're following our energy and we're doing what lights us up from the inside out, and we're really doing it from in here and not from an external source, magic is available to us. And that's what I really want this vlog to be about, to be able to share that experience and that journey with you guys. So again, if you want to know when these video vlogs drop and you're excited about this new series coming out on Friday, then all you have to do is follow this channel, hit subscribe, get little notifications, share a video with your friends or your communities that you're like, oh my God, yes. Yes, 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 yes. And so I invite you to do that. I have I don't know anything about YouTube yet. That's on my list to learn how to actually make YouTube a viable, energetic place for my business, but I will get there. Right now, I love being in it, and I made a new photo in Canva, and my description's different. So just look at it because it's sexy. I also will have really sexy Black Friday things coming out tomorrow on my email list. If you're not on my email list, jump to avalonstarlight.com and scroll to any of the bottom of the page, jump on the email list, because these are hot Black Friday deals. They're sexier than any other Black Friday deal you're going to get. So make sure you get on the list so those come into your email inbox tomorrow. And as always, place a comment below. I love communication. I love being able to learn about you guys and what's going on in your life and your business and your energy. So please, I'm a human, so we can chat like normal people anytime. So drop those comments in, and I look forward to coming in and chatting with you guys next week and also on Friday about the energy funnel.